Hey, my fabulous people. Hey, everybody. Hey. How are you all doing today? Guys, it is a Monday, marvelous Monday. How are you all doing? And I always have to say hey to my fabulous ladies because I am a lady. I'm a lady. You're a lady. Well, maybe not everybody, but I'm a lady. But anyway, I woke up with the joy of the Lord in my heart, and that's okay. But I hope you all got a chance to look at the last video that I talked about co-parenting. And if you haven't, please make sure you check that out. If you haven't commented on it, please make sure you do. If you didn't comment on that one particular video, and because I want to hear what you all got to say. I mean, we can always agree to disagree, but like I said, the one thing we have in common are our children. And so we're parents. So, like I said, this is my experience, and I'm going to talk about them and share them with you. I'm not a professional. I'm a professional to me. I don't have no degrees or anything, but I know as a parent, there are certain challenges that we have, and if I can impart any type of advice or you can take some nuggets away as wisdom to help you, guess what? Take them away. But anyway, I was looking through my closet, guys, and before I talk about today's topic of discussion. I was looking in my closet and I remember in one of my videos, and I have to start putting this back on. I had started, remember I was talking about I had made a shirt and I'm going to bring my shirt back out. But you remember when I had made my shirt, the 40s plus mom movement? I actually made the shirt. And guys, this is funny because this shirt is so big now. It's so big for me, but I'm still gonna wrap it. It don't matter. I think this shirt is like I ain't gotten this in like a 3X. And I told you I have been in my zone, so I've been doing really well with losing weight, but I ain't got me created me some shirts. So if you all think that you may want a shirt, I can still get you some shirts, but this is my t-shirt that I had made, and it wasn't just that I had gotten. I also had some 40s plus mom movement. They're notebooks. They're really, really nice notebooks. And so I think when I got it at first, I wasn't really going to write in it. It was just because I was like, oh, this is my little notebook. But it's a very nice notebook. And so this is another thing. So this will be being used up a lot this year. And then my last little thing I wanted to show you all that I had done, my little tote bag. I had gotten a little tote bag created. Isn't that cute? 40s plus mom movement. And so, a nice little work bag. It's pretty good size. Something small, you can go on your little shoulder. If you gotta go, you wanna rep me, you wanna take me with you, and then you can have your notebook and you can look at my little videos and just write down things about yourself as a parent. It could be like a journal for you. You can use this as like a journal to think about some of the things I've talked about, some of the takeaways that maybe you can apply to your life, if not. And then maybe one day, I don't know, you can go, if you like to exercise, you can put this in and people like, what's that? 40s plus mom movement, like, oh, you need to check her out. It's 2023, guys. We doing it all. But I just wanted to share with you all that. I wanted to show you all my little bag. I never showed you all my tote bag. Yeah, my tote bag. I am going to rep. Let me tell you something. This this is where it's at. And I can't forget my lovely shirt. So the next time I do my video, I will have this on because I want you to wrap my channel. I even had one for my daughter. And I think when she was younger, she had wore it, but I want you to see. This is me. Okay, enough of that foolishness. It's not foolishness. That's important stuff. So how did you all have a good week? I pray you had a great weekend. I'm so glad my daughter's back at school. Guys, I really have a good time when my daughter's home. But it's just that moment when I need her to be back at school. I need her to be gone. I need her to give me some woosah moments to myself. But I miss her. It's crazy because when she's not here, I miss her. And I'm thinking about her. I'm like, I just want my baby to have a good day. But I do want to say this before I start. My daughter, I told you I'm born again, but my daughter right now, she loves the word hallelujah. And guess what? That's the highest praise, and it is nothing wrong with her. So everything now is mommy, hallelujah. And I'm like, girl, you better say it, Lily. You better go. So now I have recorded a little video of her dancing. I was sharing it yesterday, but she was doing her only song, her dance to this song with the word hallelujah in it because she told me, she said, Mommy, that's such a beautiful word. And I was like, you know what? You better say it, girl. You better tell the truth. It is. So this morning when we're leaving, I'm leaving to put on her bus this morning. This child of mine, guys, she's running down the hallway. She's yelling, hallelujah, hallelujah. So I was just like, well, Lord, it's the highest praise. I'm going to let her praise you. If that's what she wants to say, because my daughter can be saying a lot of other things. But if all she wants to do is say hallelujah, I don't got a problem with it. I don't. All things work together for the good. So I'm telling y'all, she's going to be great. God is going to do something great in my baby's life. So that's why, as her mama, I got to do some great things in my life to make sure that whatever challenges I deal with as a parent. See, that's the interesting thing is that, remember, I think I talked about how, I don't know if I talked about this or not, but our kids are forever paying attention. I think I kind of talked about this briefly with co-parenting, but our kids are forever paying attention to us. They're paying attention to everything we do, everything we say, every frustrating moment. And this is perfect because this is actually going to go into what I'm about to talk about. They pay attention every single aspect of our life. Like we are under a microscope when it comes to our kids. Because think about it, we are the examples of what they are going to become when they get older. Everything that we do is an example teaching our kids this is what's appropriate. Everything that we do, how we feel, what we say, the mistakes we make, everything that we do, even to the minute things, they are paying attention. It's like they are constantly got their microscope. Oh, I see mommy. I see what mommy's doing. I see what mommy did. Oh, mommy. And I'm going to tell you something about my daughter. My daughter, she will voice anything she's thinking about. If it comes in her little mind, she's going to say it. If I have a moment and I get upset, she'll tell me. She is like, mommy, don't fuss. Mommy, don't fuss. And I be looking at her like, who? Well, I'm thinking to myself, if she would cut it out, I wouldn't have to fuss. That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying this within myself. I'm not saying this to her. But I'm saying to myself, if she would stop doing what she's doing, mommy don't have to fuss. But guess what? She's paying attention enough to tell me, mommy, don't fuss. Or sometimes when I'm having a moment, she'll just come and hug me. And I'm like, it's just amazing. I'm trying to tell you all that we don't understand what it truly, truly means for our kids to be a blessing in our lives. Our kids are, they are far beyond what we even understand. And when I say that, I'm not talking about they're like, ooh, nothing spooky. I don't mean nothing like that. I'm just saying we don't really comprehend the reason why we even have kids. Sometimes we say, well, I'm a mom because I've always wanted to be a mom. I'm a dad because I wanted to be a dad. We have kids because we always want to be parents. Our kids, see, we think that we plan the kids. No, I think our kids are planned for us. And there are some people and I do believe that everybody's supposed to be a parent. Does everybody want to be a parent? No, that's a different story. But I believe that we are all supposed to be parents because it teaches us so many things. And there's so many blessings that we miss out in our lives when we're not parents. Because your kids will show you every aspect of your life. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And they will test your patience from here to Zimbabwe. And probably even further. I'll say to Mars. Because my daughter, woo y'all, let me tell you. I love her to pieces. But there are days and I'll be like, Mama say, Mama Sama Makusa. Mama say, Mama Sama Makusa. And I don't even know what that means. I never even knew what that meant in the song. But she will. She has tested. She will test it. But at the end of the day, I still have to look at who I am as a parent. So this is why my topic today is called It's Okay to Ask for Help. It is okay to ask for help. I am one of those people. And if you are just like me, that is the one thing we don't ask for. HELP. We don't ask for it. We want to handle it on our own. We want to do things on our own. We want to figure out on our own. We want to solve it on our own. We want to make it happen on our own. I can keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. But the only thing that is the problem with that is that you are trying to do it by yourself. I am trying to do it by myself. And we can be sinking deep and getting deeper and deeper and deeper, and we still won't ask for help. We won't. And we need it. Like this bothers me about me. And I don't know if it bothers you, but if I know that I'm struggling in something, because let me tell you something, parenting is tough. I don't know if you are just one of them people, because I'm gonna tell you all something. After I had my one daughter, let me when I start mumbling my words, my mom had six of us. Six. I have one that feels like six. And even when my mom was here, I asked my mom, I was like, Mom, how did you even have six of us? Because with Lily, like I love her and I'm so glad that she's here. I thank God for her. I thank God she's healthy because she adds this completeness to my life that I did not know that I needed. And she compliments me so well, even when it's our tough days. But I don't know if I would ever become a mom of two if I wanted to. And definitely because I am mom. I mean, I'm not saying this. I know this is 40s plus mom movement, and I know that I had my daughter. I was already what? She's going on 5. And I had her when I was 44. So y'all do the math. So I don't see within my window span of time, but God is who He is. I don't foresee it, but I don't see within my window in my span of time where I'm having another one. Do I like that my daughter is the only child? Honestly, no. If I said foster parent, adopt a kid, something like that, as long as my body didn't have to go back through the whole thing. But then, even when my daughter had her friends spend the night, it was still two. It was still tending to two different little people outside of myself. I was like, I don't know. I think it's the reason why I had one. I had one at the age that I had my first one, that I had my daughter. But as a parent, it doesn't matter. Guys, we need help. Please don't think you're a super parent. Hello, I got my cape on today. I can do it all. I can do the dishes, wash the clothes, discipline the kid, work, do the laundry. No, cook the dinner. Let me tell you something. You are going to explode. We are walking in ticking time bombs because we know how to keep going and keep going and keep going regardless of. And when I say that, if we have things that we are dealing with inwardly, and we keep going and keep going and keep going, and we don't stop to take a deep breath and breathe, we are going to explode. We are like a walking, ticking time bomb. And I'm going to tell you how I know it's true. Because sometimes you can be so, I'm not even going to say frustrated. No, I can say that. We can be so frustrated about so many things going on, and our kid does this one thing. It can be something simple. It's something simple. It's something they do all the time. And next thing you know, we done exploded. My daughter's father calls me Mount St. Louise because I used to erupt. I did. And I did. Because you don't know how much you are holding in until that one thing. It's that small thing. It's that small thing that we keep holding in. And when that one time comes, it don't matter who does it. It can be something as simple as somebody forgot to turn the water off in the bathroom sink and you walk by, and because everything that went wrong for the past week, or something that happened for the past week, or you've been frustrated, your kid has been getting calls from school all week, or something happened, your kid's room is not clean, you can walk past that and look, be like, didn't I tell you? And there it is, you've erupted. You've erupted. And you know why? It's because we do not ask for those simple four letters, help. We need help. Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you how I know you need help. If you're like me, at times, and I have had these moments, you might be that parent when everything is quiet in the house and everything is in place, the kids are in bed or your kid is in bed, and you lay down and you just want to lay down in your bed where it's quiet and tears roll from your eyes. You need help. You need help. You need to have a way to release what you have been holding in. If you are dealing with a difficult situation, let me tell you something. Sometimes as a parent, you have a child that your child, people might look at your child and think that you have a difficult child. Your child's behavior is not like everybody else's behavior. You might be a parent that has 3 kids, and you might have this one child who you spend the most time talking to, fussing at. They're into stuff. Do you know how that all can pile and build up? You might have a child that whines all the time. I'm not even talking about a baby, it can be a grown up. Your child, not a grown up, your child can be older now and still doing certain things. And you keep trying to internalize it and deal with it on your own. No, you and I need help. We have to learn to reach out, to sit down with somebody that you trust, somebody you can release yourself to. It is okay to look at somebody and say, look, I'm frustrated. I need help. Can we just talk? I can't do this by myself. Especially if you are a single parent. Let me tell you something. I'm not a single parent because me and my daughter's father, of course, we do co parent. But in my household, when it's her and I in here, let me tell you something. I am a single parent because she wants to sit up under me, stay up under me, be up under me. I'm disciplining her all day long. Everything. I'm going bananas. BANANAS, capital, with an exclamation mark. Bananas. I'm frustrated even though I'm looking at him saying, don't do this, Lily. Don't do that, Lily. Don't do this, Lily. I feel like I just want to record that statement. I just want to record everything I say to her and just play it all day long. She might think I'm crazy because she might not be doing something and the recording is like, go sit down, Lily. Don't do this, Lily. No, Lily. This, Lily. And she might look at me like, Mommy, I'm not doing that. I know, but you're going to, so let me just let the recording play. I promise you, I just want to record those words and just play it all day long because sometimes I get tired of saying it. I get tired and sometimes to the point where I have, like I said, I described that person sitting laying down in their bed at nighttime with the dark, in the darkness, and just it's quiet in the house. And I just want it's just peace and quiet. And sometimes the tears have rolled down my face because sometimes I'm frustrated. I feel like I've tried everything. I feel like that I don't know what is there left to do. And I'm pretty sure I'm not by myself. I'm pretty sure that I'm not the only parent that's frustrated and they're tired and they just want their kids to get it. When are they going to get it? When are they going to stop doing this? And I'm like, my daughter's only 4 going on 5. Some of y'all have now teenagers, preteens, they're in elementary, middle school, high school, college. And I'm like, as a parent, we need help. We need to know how to pull on other people as our strength. We can't look at every single thing that people say to us. Now, I will say this. There are people who are a part of our lives, who can speak into our lives. They are. And sometimes as a parent, as for me, me and my sister, we're really close. Me and her talk about a lot of things, a whole lot of things. And the one I'm gonna say, not gonna say touchy area for me, but as for any parent, that one area that you don't want anybody to invade in is when it comes to your child. When it comes to raising your child, when it comes to saying things about your child, because sometimes everybody does not does not have a heart for you and for your child. And some people just want to give their opinions because this is how they raise their child. But I'm going to say this to you as a parent. You have to know the manner of person that is in your life. You have to make sure that the person who is giving you that type of help or their opinions, you have to make sure that first of all, you invited the conversation. It's different if they just start telling you what you need to know. It has to be something where this person has a heart for you, and that this can be something as simple as you just say, God, I just need help. Or you may have said, I'm struggling. You may have said something that somebody can come to you, somebody that you trust, somebody that you love, somebody that loves you, that loves your child, and they just start talking out the blue the same things you were just saying and talking about within yourself. That's how you know that that person is supposed to be there helping you. If that person is answering every question or the things you're struggling with, and they just start saying things, you're like, wow, were they in the bedroom with me at that night when I was sitting down crying? I hope not, because that's creepy. No, I'm trying to tell you all, we're not alone in this. We're not, like I said, if you're not born again, even those times we're there and we're crying out, our Heavenly Father hears that. He knows what we need and he knows how to send somebody away to assist you. But we have to want it. We have to be open to receive it. And it's not easy because we want to do it on our own. We want to figure it out. We want to make sure that no, if it's my way because my way works. Well, if you're sinking and you're in tears and you don't know what to do and you're pulling your hair out and you feel like you want to pack your bags up and leave and drive the car off and sit the kids outside on the curb, no, you're not. You're not okay. And it's okay for you to look at yourself and say, I'm not okay. I need help. I need somebody to help me before I make my kids award of the state and send them away because I need a break. You have to take time for you. If you are a person, and I know we live in a world, let me tell you something. If it's not my daughter or my daughter's father, my daughter's father, that sounds crazy. But if it's not my daughter's father, it's not too many breaks that I get. Because when I moved, and I will be totally transparent, when I moved down here to where I am, even though I'm not far from my family, they all have lives. And especially when the pandemic hit, and I felt like it was just me, her, and him. Me, my daughter, and my daughter's father. At the time, we were together when I first moved here. So it was just us. It was our little family, our little unit. We were down here figuring it out. And we separated, and it just became me and my daughter pretty much down here. And, we co parent now, so it was different. Guys, I felt trapped. I felt trapped and I loved my family, but they weren't calling me, talking to me, checking on me like that. I felt like I was down here by myself. I felt like I didn't have somebody that I could talk to about my frustrations. When I wanted a break, I didn't have a break. I felt like that because even though my daughter's father was here, he was working. He was working. I was the one in the house all the time with the kid. I didn't have a way of escaping. When we were here, we were together. So we're still together. I didn't get a break. I didn't get that opportunity and just say, well, here, you take her for a couple of hours, especially during the pandemic, because there was nothing open, nothing we could do. It's like I had to learn how to accept help. And I still have to do that. Because even though now it's a lot of things open, because we live in the type of world we live in, I don't trust everybody. And my daughter has a personality where I don't trust everybody with her because everybody doesn't know how to deal with your kid. If my daughter has one of her moments or an outburst, I better not find out you put your hands on my kid. It's going to be World War VIII. I'm going to be on the news because you don't just put your hands on my kid. I don't. I don't. That's what I'm saying. I have to really trust you. I have to trust you. You have to build that rapport with me because that is something precious to me because she can't be replaced. If you hurt her or somebody else hurt her, even if I hurt her. And that's the thing. Parents, let me tell you something. This is really, really deep. This is so deep. I want you to pay attention to this. Don't Neglect when you need help because you yourself can be more harmful to your kid than a stranger. If you have ever paid attention or looked at, and you ever looked at something and you see cases where parents have harmed their kids, have abused their kids, and have even took their kids, they have ended their lives. That is real. And I'm gonna tell you why. That's because as parents, we think we can handle everything. If you need a break from your child, you need to find that one person that you trust with your child because, first of all, it's not easy. I don't trust everybody with my daughter. I don't. I still don't. She's going on 5. And do I think she's going to do something? No. But as a mom, it's just that part of me. I'm always in protective mode. Even when she's at school, I'm in protective mode. I don't trust them teachers like that. I'll be up at that school in a wink. See how close that blink? I'm up there. If I think anything, I'm on the phone, I'm leaving notes, but it's just being a parent. And it's that part of us. That's that part of us that we have to understand that we need to make sure that while we're in protective mode, that we are also getting what we need. And like I was saying, it's a lot of things we look down on other people they've done to their kids. I would never do that. Let me tell you something. You never know what you're capable of until you actually do it. And then you look like, oh my God, I can't believe I did it. It's because we are not reaching out. If you feel, even if you feel like I'm a parent, look, if my kid come up here, I'm gonna knock him out. If you need to walk away and take a break and just lock yourself in your room for a minute and let your kids scream outside the door, you know they safe, you need to do it. If you're in the house by yourself and you cannot get away and you're like, look, mommy, just I need a minute. Let me tell y'all something. I'll never forget this one time. This past summer, I took my daughter to the swimming pool and I forgot what she did at the pool, but she went into a full fledged tantrum. It was ridiculous, guys. It was so ridiculous. It was loud. Now, one thing I never am as a parent is embarrassed. Mm-mm. I'm never embarrassed as a parent. No, not when it comes to what my child does because she's a kid. And I dare anybody to come up to me and be like, girl, you need to do, you might get popped. You might get a black eye that day. Don't ever, if my kid is doing something and I'm letting her have her moment, don't, it's not your business to step in and intervene and tell me what I need to do as a parent to calm her down. No, this is my kid. Now, that's the kind of help I didn't ask for. If we're out in public and she's having a moment, if she's not bothering me and she's screaming, guess what? I'm gonna say what I need to say to her, and if she's still doing X, Y, and Z, but don't be looking at me. And sometimes it depends on how a person approaches you. If they come to you like, let me tell you what you need to do. First of all, let me tell you what you need to do. You need to back up, maybe about 20 feet, because if you don't, you're gonna be thrown 20 feet. That's my serious face. But what I'm saying is that um, if my daughter is having that moment, and if I decide to silently handle it, let me do that because she's having a moment. I've learned them tantrums don't bother me. Her crying because she can't have what she has, what she wants. Okay, but I'm gonna tell y'all about this one day. So we was at the pool and I forgot why she started doing that. I think she wanted to get back in the pool or whatever. And I was like, if you don't stop, we leaving. And so then she started getting loud and I said, so I packed up the stuff and I started walking. I'm not leaving. I said, okay, well I'll see you later. So then she's like, no, don't leave me. So then she's coming down the whole time. She's crying. Y'all, she's crying and crying and crying. And I'm just in there. And I get in the car. So I did pop her in the car. And so she's still, and I'm thinking in my head, because, now I'm like, how they say you on 10? I'm on 20 because I'm really upset that she's doing too much right now. And I got in that car, I said, when I get in this house, this is what I told her. I said, when I get in this house, I'm going to tear your butt off. I told her, I said, yep, your butt cheeks belong to me. I said, when we get in the house, I said, because we're not doing this. And she's still making all that noise and she's still just having her whole fiasco. And I'm just looking like, I promise you, all I see is red. Like, this girl is, She has no clue. So I'm just walking down the hallway and I get in the house. And this is the important part. I get in the house because see, the one thing that I've never wanted to do as a parent, I do not want to put my hands on my child while I'm angry. Because you do not know. This is why I made a statement that says we can be more harmful to our kids than a stranger. Because you do not know when you are angry and you address things when you are angry, you don't hold back on anything. I don't hold back on anything because if I'm angry and my child is screaming and it's just adding it, that is a window and an occasion for your wrath to come forth. Let me tell you something. When I said that statement about the mother parents, it may have been a situation where they were angry and they just lost control. So I'm going to tell you all, never ever, never ever discipline your child when you are angry. If you have to have a clear head and you have to come back and step back to your child, that's what you do. But when you're angry, walk away. Walk away because these kids are little, whether they're younger, older, wherever they are, they cannot handle the wrath that a parent can bring upon a child, especially if it is behind frustration. And a lot of times when we act out with our kids, sometimes we're frustrated about other things that we have wrapped all up into one, and they get all of that. They get all of that. So anyway, back to my story. When I got inside the house and my daughter was still doing her moment, do you know what I did? Because what I wanted to do, we were still wet in bathing suits and everything. What I wanted to do, I didn't do. What I did is I went in my room. I sat on my sofa in my room and I closed my door. Now it's just me and her in the house. She it wasn't nothing for her to get into. And if she did, it was nothing that could harm her. But the interesting thing is, while she was still having her moment, when she seen the door close and I just sat down, she sat in front of my door, knocking on my door, and I'm sitting on the sofa and tears are pouring down my face. Literally, like I'm so upset. I'm so angry. Like I had to allow myself to calm down. I had to allow that separation between me and her because I didn't trust. If I would have disciplined my daughter, I wouldn't have been doing it right because my daughter is not, she wasn't going to deserve what I felt and how I felt at that moment. She wasn't going to deserve to get disciplined in that way because that's not how I discipline her. I don't discipline her to hurt her. Discipline is not used to hurt your kid. It is used as a tool to correct something. So if I'm disciplining her and she got marks and she's hurt and she's sore, she can't sit down, I done went beyond a certain boundary. So I sat down and it's funny because my daughter, she stayed at my door. Like she literally stayed at the door the whole time. And once I calmed myself down and she finally busted in my door because she wanted to get in my door and for some reason my door won't lock. But I had calmed down to the point it was a peace that it was I was more at peace. She still had her bathing suit on. She came in there. I just sat with my eyes closed. I didn't talk. I just sat there and she kept talking to me. She's like, Mommy, 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 please talk to me. Mommy, Mommy. And so what she ended up doing was she ended up sitting beside me and she ended up falling asleep. And I'm trying to tell you all, we as parents are not beyond help. We as parents are not beyond receiving help, but we have to be honest. When we have those moments where we just have had enough, we're fed up, we're tired, we feel like the world is on our shoulders, like we have a weight that's just bearing us down, reach out. Don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid. Don't do that. It's okay to say, help me. If you don't help me, I am going to lose my mind. If you don't help me, because a parent is a tough job. It is a tough job, and there are people who have taken a dislike to being parents because of everything it comes with. You know how many responsibilities we have as a parent? And not only as a parent, but think about it. I'm not married. So if you're a parent, and a wife or a husband, and then you have a career, all of that, all of that you're juggling, you need help. And it's okay. It's okay if you confide in that one person. It's okay. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you be a person that can't handle their business. But yeah, guess what? We can't handle everything on our own. We can't. And you have to know that you cannot handle everything on your own. And guess what? It is okay. It's okay. It will make you a better you. It will make you a better you. Like I said, when I first moved down here and I felt alone, um, I felt like I had to do a lot on myself by myself. Y'all like she just went from a whole different place. No, I'm still in the same conversation, same video, but I'm about to end it soon. But when I was in that place where I didn't want to ask for help, it was a lot of days of tears that I could have saved if I just would have opened up. You're not a bad parent because you need help. You're not a bad parent because you lose control. You're not a bad parent because you get frustrated and you just lash out. You're not a bad parent. You're a in need parent. You're in need of help. And if that's what you need, make sure you get it. And if you don't have somebody you can talk to, there is always that one person. If you got to sit down and think about it, and it's that one person that's going to talk to you and not judge you, but if they are going to be a benefit to your life, and if there's that one person where you can get time away from you and you need some me time, do it. This is why when it comes to co-parenting, and I keep telling y'all this co-parenting piece, if you are trying to handle being a parent on your own because you don't want to involve the other parent, you are going to bring so much stress on yourself. You need help. If you just want to have that relationship, be like, look, I need you to pick the kid. I need you to pick our kids up on Wednesday because I have to go take care of something. If that's your me day you're going to, there's an appointment that I have. Sometimes you don't got to tell them what it is. If you don't want them to be in your business, if you made an appointment and your appointment is to go see a movie, just tell them I have an appointment. I'll be back later. Or if you have that relationship where you're like, look, I need you to I know this may not be your week to get, the child, but can you just do it because I really need a moment. I need to go out and have some time to myself this weekend. This is why it's okay. Incorporate help in your life. As a parent, reach out when you need it. Open your mouth and say something when you need it. You are not an island. I am not an island. We are not an island. We are in this together. This is a challenge that I believe every parent faces because we want to be super mom, super dad, put on our cape, and we want to go out there and fly and save the world because we are our kids' superheroes. But guess what? What was the one enemy that Superman had? Kryptonite, because it weakened him. You know what our kryptonite is? Us keeping our mouths closed. When we need help, ask for help. Pull on the people in your life that you trust. The ones who you know that will love your kid the way that you do. The ones who you know when you leave your kid with them, they are in good hands. The ones that you know that if they have a problem, that they know how to pick up the phone and say, look, can you talk to such and such? The ones you don't have a fear that I'm going to pick my baby up, they're going to be just how I left them. The ones who know, no, I know how to deal with her. I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna do it different. I know what her mom does. The one who has your best interest and your child's best interest at heart. That is where your help comes from. Don't reject it. Don't push it away. Embrace it, accept it, and allow it. And I'm trying to tell you, you will have so much more peace in your life when you allow help. It's okay. You're still fabulous. You're always going to be fabulous. But this is why I wanted to talk about this. And if it has to be a part two, I'm going to do it. And this video is a little longer than I normally do my videos, but this is a very important subject because we will sink and sink and sink and sink, and then we'll erupt. And we're like, wow. And then you can't change whatever you just did. And then that's when we're going to start feeling bad. We're going to start condemning ourselves. We're going to say, man, I'm a terrible parent. No, that is all a trap. We are fabulous. We have a lot that we have to do as parents. It's not easy, but we got this. We got this. We got this. And I'm going to keep telling you, we got this. I'm going to keep telling you, you're fabulous. But remember those 4 letters, HELP. Help. Ask for it. And we're going to be okay. And with that being said, as always, stay fabulous. And I will chat with you all later.